Basketball in the Basement. I'm your host, Big Rob, aka Slam Man 100. And once again, let's talk about it. We're in the finals. Sorry I haven't been able to post, but the problem's been that my equipment is out. I had to move locations, and I got all this other technicalities that's going on. But I decided to make this show, and I wanted to do other shows as well, but it just didn't happen, like I said. But tonight, this is strictly for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Listen, Cleveland, you're down 3 games to 1. Now, let's not forget what Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors were able to do. They were able to come back from a deficit of 3-1 and beating the OKC. So it was a great run for both of those teams. OKC did a great job. They did a great job. They played. They just got scared and lost momentum. And Golden State Warriors won. So that's kind of like what happened. So we just got to get used to that and move on from there. I mean, of course, there's a couple other things I could talk about and say this or that, but we're going to keep it like that. Now, let's talk about the game that just took place Friday night in Cleveland. It was an upset, but these things do happen. So let's get with it and talk with the standings that took place. And I think we got a couple different things that we can talk about. As you know, with the score, no doubt, was 108-97. Cleveland lost by 11 points. Now, what happened? I think the first 3 quarters they played pretty good. They played real good. You know, defense was there. But the last quarter, they missed about, I would say, 11 baskets. You know, let's just look at the breakdown. Let's break down this game a little bit. Now, let's look at the 3-point. The percentage was 47.2 3-pointer percentage that was made by the Golden State Warriors, and 24.0 percentage was made by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, free throws. Golden State 80.6, so they made all theirs. Cleveland's 57.7. Rebounds. Golden State got 3 more rebounds than the Cavs, so 43-40. So right there, that's 6 points. Let's say at least 6 points that we're talking. Now the assists was 23-15. You know, that's 8 more assists that the Golden State Warriors had. And with that kind of numbers, you know, once again, Cleveland still had an opportunity to win, but they didn't share the ball in the fourth quarter. They gave up. They went back to old ways of playing, and that's where the loss came from. Steals. Golden State had 7. Cleveland had 5. I'm not too much worried about, but that's 4 points right there. 6 blocks, so the blocks were good. Turnovers, Golden State only had 8, whereas Cleveland had 11. So that's 3 more turnovers. So you can say between 2 to 6 points off of those turnovers is going to Golden State. Do you get where I'm coming? I done already mentioned more than 11 points. So let's see. Fouls, 22 was committed by Golden State. 24 was committed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so that's what you have. Like I said, they missed 8 to 10 baskets. If you count that, that's 16 or 20 points. And they were able to make it. That's so this is a number game. Basketball is about numbers. You see, and if if you it's numbers, and it's also the game of mistakes, making it off of your opponent's mistakes, making them pay, and that's what Golden State did. So the Cleveland really beat themselves in the fourth quarter by not going in. And I think LeBron, you held the ball too much at that point, and so the ball didn't move. You guys were flat, didn't have no rhythm or anything. And I didn't get a chance to tweet, man. I was to work that day, unfortunately. But I usually always try to tweet, my opinion on what they should do or what needs to happen. I know this through my blood, so I don't have to say anymore. But that's how I know this game real good. But I'm telling you, you know what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about where Cleveland went wrong. Well, as we look at it, let's get into that post right there and see what we're talking about. First of all, no ball movement, no easy baskets, no flow, no defense, no trust, no game plan or rhythm in the fourth quarter. And so, we're not saying that you didn't play good in the first three quarters. You guys came out and you played hard. You did what you could. Now, in the fourth quarter, you lost all that. It showed up. You couldn't make the baskets and so forth. And so Cleveland, the thing that you need to stop is stop reacting. See, Golden State gets everybody to react. And when you're reacting, you're not really in control of the game. So you have to understand, you have to control the game. You have to be attack mode, because you're making the other team, have to play you. They got to attack. You have to attack, and you have to make them feel it. You have to make them react. And if you don't make them react, then you're going to lose. So first, you have to start controlling the game. Once you control the game, you're able to attack, and then you're able to dominate. So this is what you guys are going to have to do. Let's break this score point down with some of the points. Steph Curry, 38 points. Klay Thompson, 25 points. Barnes, 14. Iguodala, 10 points. Livingston had 8 points, and Green had 9. Now, when we look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, Richard Jefferson, 3 points. LeBron James, 25 points. Tristan Thompson had 10 points. That's good. J.R. Smith had 10 points. And Kyrie Irving, man, took care of work, 34 points. Kevin Love had 11 points. So these points would have been slightly higher if you get the easy basket. And the easy basket is not 3 points. So we're going to talk about how it is that you need to do to win this. I'm going to come back and give you a game plan, okay? So hit us up at about 2. We'll be back.
You're listening to Basketball in the Basement with your number one host, Big Rob, a.k.a. Slam Man 100.
Welcome to Basketball in the Basement. I'm your host, Big Rob, a.k.a. Slam Man 100. And if you haven't heard it by now, you can rewind the show or come back. Check us at basketballinthebasement.net or hit me on Twitter, SlamMan100. These are the avenues that you can find the latest shows of Basketball in the Basement. So remember, basketballinthebasement.net is where you can go. So once again, we were talking about the finals, the game that took place Friday, where Cleveland lost and the Warriors won. It was disappointment to the Cavs, and they're saying, man, we need this win, and you do. But Now, I'm about to go on and talk about how the Cleveland Cavaliers can win this by coming back from a 3-1 deficit. So, your toughest game is going to be Monday. You have to win Monday, but you have to dominate. You have to take back what's yours. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Now, I have a theory and I have a plan. But you guys, like I said before, you're going to have to go back and get inspired. Number one, you're going to have to watch the Bulls games. You're going to have to watch the series against them when New York, when they were down, I think it was 2-1. Now, back then, it was the best out of 5. And they were down, and they came back and won that series against New York. And I don't know if that was the 95, the year 95, 96. They saw on one of my, shows. So you can look at that. But, you got to realize, I'm going to tell you the year that they came back and won against a better team. Phoenix Suns were actually a better team than the Chicago Bulls at that time in the finals. They actually should have beat the Bulls. That's one series. The next one was the final championship of Michael Jordan got. Not San Antonio. The Utah Jazz. They came back and they won. Look at the great Celtics teams of the 80s that come back. The Lakers. But one again, I talk about the Celtics comeback where Bill Russell, I think the 69 and 68 team. There's something that you have to capture in these series to understand what I'm talking about. And when you go back, you all know, but you got to be humble and you got to really allow the feeling of what took place to permeate. If you want to be great, first you got to see yourself great. Then you got to plan yourself great. Then you got to figure out how it is that you're going to execute to become great. And what I mean by that is you have to understand that you have to move at a speed faster than light. But anyway, what I'm really saying is you got to first feel it right in your chest, right in your heart. You know when you feel it, them jitters. You know when you're on. You see, you got to be in attack mode. LeBron, you're going to have to be in attack mode. But when I say attack mode, I'm not so much talking about, just trying to gorge through the team. You understand? Because it's not going to do it. So I'm going to give you guys something without any delay about what I mean. Now, Cleveland, it's just simple. Now, you can mess around with your staff, and I told you I was going to give you something. First, the number one thing that you have to do, there's 3 people on the Golden State Warriors that you have to isolate, get in foul trouble, and make it hard for them to score. You know who those 3 people are? Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. You don't have to worry about anybody else. Now, if Draymond Green is in there, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, and Andrew Bogut. Now, that's their starting 5. Now, Draymond Green is 6'7". So, what I was thinking, put Shannon Fry on him, who's 6'11". You got to get length. Steph Curry, 6'3". Put J.R. Smith on him, 6'6". Or even Iman Shepherd, but J.R. Smith going to get you buckets. Klay Thompson, 6'7". Well, LeBron James, you stay on him. That's 6'8". Make sure he doesn't get hot. And Harrison Barnes is 6'8". Put Kevin Love on him, is 6'10". Andrew Bogut, 7 foot. Now, you guys going to have to use Mozgov, 7 foot. Just allow him to get blocks, but also give him points. Give him the ball up high. Move the ball around. Spread the floor. Do on a defense a 3-2. You see, have your 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom, at the back. When they're coming down for the defense, have Tristan Thompson also be there to get up on the block. Hold on, let me see something. Did I put Tristan Thompson in here? Got you in G. Because you want Tristan Thompson to score. So we want that. So maybe, let me see, Tristan Thompson 6'10". He's also 6'10". You could put him on Harrison Barnes, but I think Channing Frye might do great against Draymond Green. Now, I know what y'all saying. What about Kyrie Irving? No, I'm not saying don't play Kyrie Irving. I'm not even saying don't play the lineup you had the first time in the beginning. But I'm just trying to tell you that this is a matchup. This is about trying to outwing the Golden State, but you have to dominate. Now Iguodala, when they get Iguodala, put Jefferson. I know what you're about to say, or also put Dante Jones. Those guys are taller, athlete, can get up in there and so forth. Jefferson has the experience as well. So that's what you need to do. Let me see. Now Moskov is going to do what he need to do. Moskov, stop thinking. Just play the game. Watch your games the last year when you played and go back. But you got to feel it and you got to believe that you are about to win. You're about to make history. Remember, Cleveland Cavaliers, if you don't believe that you're going to make history, then you are not going to make history. If you believe that they're a better team, then you're not going to win. You can respect the team, but remember, you got to bring it. If you don't bring it, you're not going to win. And that's the bottom line. You have to bring it. You see, you have to bring it. There's no question about it. So you can mix it up. Now, even on the second unit, I could put Kyrie Irving, Mo Williams, Channing Frye, LeBron James, and Tristan in there. I mean, you could do any of that. But, once again, what you're going to do against the Warriors is you're going to trap Steph Curry. Every time he gets the ball, put 2 people on him and Clay. And then Draymond Green. Put guys that are taller than him. So that's what you need to do. Or that can jump high. Athletic. That's what you have to do. Now, LeBron, you could go switch in and off and help as well. But LeBron, the thing that we need you to do is be the LeBron. You're best on that fast break, running through and breaking up the defense. So you can do 2 things that makes you effective. You're posting up, down low, because you can score or bounce pass for somebody to come in. Say like a Mozgov who can run in and grab the ball and dunk the ball. Now, he made a couple mistakes, but that's all right. You guys are going to win it on a defense. So I like that little defense you've been doing and moving the screen roll. Now, what you want to do, you want to push Steph Curry to the left side. So when he's coming down, you either want to trap him far up on the right, or you want to push him further. If he's coming toward to score and basket, and you're facing him, you want to push him to your right side, not your left. You don't want to let him get his spots. Now, it's not about the hands and worrying about him shoot. It's about making sure Steph gets awkward moving. What I mean by that is push him and make him try to shoot not from a jump. So as he's coming down, you want to constantly be up on him. You want to force him, but you're not even worried about him scoring. You just want to put the pressure on these three guys: Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Don't double everybody. Don't worry about everybody else. Double them. They're gonna make them beat you. Everybody else, and make them score 3 points. So Iguodala can shoot, but like I said, you have Jefferson out there. But I'm not worried about it. Those guys, are going to get it. We're just trying to make Draymond Green, especially Steph Curry, to not get a lot of points, and Klay Thompson not to get started. So that's what you want to do. You want to do something of that nature. Now, the reason why I said Kyrie on the next unit or whatever, bringing him in, because you're going to need Kyrie to score. Kyrie can create a score. But Kyrie, you can shoot, but it's easier to have that pick and roll, that bounce pass, that quick pass. You guys got to move, all right? You got to move and get easy baskets. That's what's going to preserve your energy so that you can have defense. And you got to drive in. You're not a three-point shooting team. You're just a team that can shoot 3 points at a high percentage when you guys are all shooting. But you're not a three-point shooting team. That's the Warriors. Let them do what they do, and you do what you do. But your 3 points will start to come on. J.R. Smith, we're going to look for you. 3 points. So the 3-point guys that we know that can go off for the Cleveland Cavaliers is, we know that J.R. Smith, he's number one at the top of the list. Kyrie Irving, Shannon Fry, and those 3 guys are your 3-point arsenal. Now, we're not saying Love can't shoot 3-pointers. He will shoot 3-pointers. And he's pretty good at doing it when he wants to. But the thing we need to understand is that your easy basket is your 2 baskets, because you're missing easy baskets. Right at the basket, you guys are not. You're missing it. Even LeBron, if you look at it, it's causing you to miss. Now, another thing, LeBron, you can't coach and play. It just can't happen. And I see you, and you're splitting it, and it takes that energy from you. You have to run the sets, run the plans, let everybody know what's going on. You got to flow, man. You got to get the flow. If you don't get the flow, you stop the game, you slow the game down, and it's to their advantage. They get the rest. You have to put the pressure. You're going to drive, but you need to open the floor. You want the floor open. Spread when you guys are coming out. You coming down, JR's right on the 3, and so forth. And even if it's you and Kyrie Irving, or you got Fry on the other side, now you force the other guys have to defend. And so they have to make a quick decision. So you have to run it something like that. With you and Kyrie Irving, it's easy. But with having Moskov or Tristan Thompson, I definitely want you to make sure he gets points. Tristan, I'm gonna break down the point deficit right now. LeBron, you're gonna get your points. You know how to get your points. The guys that you gotta get points is get Moscow to get some points. You don't have to go to him right away, but you want Tristan to get about 12 to 13 points. Moskov can get 15. He can. You just got to give him that confidence and tell him, hey, we need him. So that's what we want to do. We want to get those things and that team set up. So that's what I had. Shannon Fry, J.R. Smith, LeBron James, Kevin Love, Moskov, Andrew against Andrew Bogut. He's got 1 inch taller. Harrison Barnes, either put Kevin Love or Tristan Thompson right in there, or put Tristan Thompson. Well, no, I don't. You could put Tristan Thompson on Draymond Green and Shannon Fry on Harrison Barnes. LeBron, you're on Klay Thomas, J.R. Smith on Steph Curry. Now, Kyrie, I know what you're saying. Hey, man, I don't want to sit on the bench. No, Kyrie, we're going to need you to score and get in that funk. Because when you're in that mood, no one can stop you. Because you can switch it around. Now, I think that you and Mo Williams, Mo, I don't know what's going on. Or even Iman Shepherd, you got to have a defense. So you got to have some guys that's going to defense. And that's what you're looking at. You're looking at guys that can score that I mentioned, but you also want those guys to be able to defend. This is what we're looking for. Defend. Moscow, look to defend, but at the same time, look for the alley hoop. You guys give an alley hoop. You got to make these, man. You got to make these. This is the real deal. You're thinking too much. Get your confidence up. Take your tail out between your legs and let's play. All right, that's number one. LeBron, you got to be dominant. You got to be excellent. You got to show why you're king of the league. You ain't gonna just hand it over to Steph Curry. You gotta be great, man. You gotta bring it out. It's there. You got it. See, like I said, I know my blood, and in our blood, we got it there. I don't have to know. I don't even have to go and do blood types and everything. But I know what I know. Just put it that way. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta do what you have to do to win this game. This is serious, man. This is real serious. And so, if you guys play this right, you're going to make history. You're going to bring Cleveland Cavaliers their first NBA championship. I don't care. Any team can be beat. But first, you must understand the psychology of winning. Then you must understand how to execute it. Then you must understand their weakness, or then you must come up with an attack mode that they didn't see. And you must believe in it. And you must play hard, strong, and relentless. LeBron, you can't give up now. I know where you're at. You're right at this point where you're about to want to go back in that little cubby. Well, it's time to be the man. It's time to be the man now. You can't do it no more. You ain't got to yell at your team, but keep playing. Trust me. You got to believe. You got to see it. You got to dream it. You got to understand what I'm talking about. And, then you'll see your win. So that's the little mix up. You can go with it a little bit. Tyronn Lue, you're going to have to think, man, go back. You got championship rings with Phil Jackson. Go back. Remember, understand, utilize Posey. You got some rings, man. There's a lot of guys got some rings on that team. Utilize it. Think about it. Watch film. Look at them. They braid at 3. But they can be beat. OKC did it. And I told y'all earlier during the season, when the Washington Wizards played them, they got almost beat, and they were the first team to show some of the weakness. Deladova, be prepared. You guys be prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release another one tomorrow for y'all. And it's another tape that you can see. So, that's what we're going to do. But once again, thank you for tuning in to Basketball in the Basement. I'm your host, Big Rob, a.k.a. Slam Man 100. And I'll see you next time. Hit us up on Twitter or check out basketballinthebasement.net. We out.